Welcome to this week's What's for Dinner video. My name is Ashley. I'm going to be showing you 3 different meals I made this past week. I don't always follow recipes exactly, but if you are interested, I've linked some similar recipes down below. So the first dinner I'm going to be showing you, I made some chicken scampi and some garlic Parmesan rice. So I'm just going to make my own rice. I use 1 cup of white rice, 2 cups of water, 2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and I think 1 teaspoon of garlic salt. And then I am just going to do, I guess, a couple tablespoons of butter. So I just brought that up to a boil, put my lid on it, and turned the heat down. Now I'm going to get started with my chicken. I am just going to use 1 chicken breast for this. So I'm just going to start seasoning my flour. I'm just using some Cajun seasoning, some onion powder, some garlic powder, and a little bit of salt. So I am just going to get started on my chicken. I am just using the 1 chicken breast because we like thin pieces of chicken. So I'm going to butterfly this chicken breast in half and then cut those pieces in half so there's about 4 strips. So again, I'm just going to season the chicken with the same seasonings that I used for my flour. Very important to always season your chicken and the flour. So I'm not doing a heavy breading. I'm not going to add an egg wash. I'm just going to drip each chicken breast into the flour and that'll be it. So I had some butter heating up in the pan. When they are nice and coated, I'm just going to lay the chicken breasts down until they're nice and cooked on the one side, and then I'm going to flip them. This is how everything looked when it was done. That was my fiance's plate and he ate every single bite of it. This next meal is called chicken tacos de Alambre. I don't really know what that means. I tried looking it up, but didn't really give me much but pictures. Basically, the gist of it is bell peppers, onions, bacon, and cheese. So I am just going to work on chopping my vegetables. I'm going to chop 1 green bell pepper, 1 red bell pepper, and part of a yellow onion. If anyone knows what tacos de Alambre actually is, feel free to let me know. Looks like it is kind of similar to like fajitas, but we are using a corn tortilla instead. So I'm finding that these tacos do require a lot of prep work, a lot of chopping of vegetables, and then chopping up the meats. So now I'm going to work on just chopping some bacon into some small pieces. I will say that I wish the tacos had a little bit more bacon or maybe bacon flavored. You didn't really taste the bacon too much. So now I'm going to work on chopping my chicken into small bite-sized pieces. I think I did use 2 full chicken breasts. We were having this for leftovers the next day. So I started out by just cutting the chicken breasts into some strips, and then I just cut them into small bite-sized pieces from there. So now I'm going to start working on seasoning the chicken. I want to make sure I do season it really well. Most of the flavor of these tacos will come from the chicken. So I am seasoning it with some taco seasoning from Costco, some cumin, some onion powder, and then I'm going to give it a nice toss and we will start cooking everything together. So I am going to start on the rice because this does take about 20 minutes to cook, and then it can sit while you finish the rest. So I had a little bit of oil heating up on my pan. I'm adding 1 cup of white rice, and then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and half a teaspoon of cumin. I'm going to mix everything together, make sure everything is toasting really well until it is nice and fragrant, and then I'm going to add half a can of tomato sauce. Once that's all nice and mixed in, I'm going to add 2 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of tomato bouillon, and 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon. I'm going to bring this up to a nice simmer, put the lid on it, and then turn the heat down. So for the tacos, I'm going to start with cooking the bacon first, and then I could use some of the leftover grease. I'm just going to toss this all around until all the bacon is cooked through. I always get scared cooking bacon that the smell of bacon is going to stick in my hair. I don't know why. So I did dump out some of the excess grease, but I am going to leave just a little bit to cook the chicken. I'm just going to cook all of this chicken until the chicken is cooked through as well. So once the chicken was cooked, I just removed that, and now I'm going to finally start working on cooking down the vegetables. I am just going to season the vegetables with just a little bit of the taco seasoning and some garlic salt. So now I'm going to add everything back together. I'm going to add in the chicken and then add in the bacon, making sure I don't bring all of these juices. So the final step to these tacos is pretty unhealthy, but you do add cheese to the whole top and let it melt. I mean, I'm not complaining. I also think you're supposed to add in cilantro, but I forgot to do that, so I did just throw it on top. This is how everything looked when it was done. It was super good. I would definitely make this again. This last meal was my easy meal of the week. I just made some orange chicken, some spicy ramen, and then some broccoli. So this is a similar orange chicken to the Trader Joe's one. This is just from my actual local grocery store, so it is like a couple dollars more. I just threw that in the oven, and then I'm going to make some broccoli on the side. I'm just going to season the broccoli with some garlic and herb seasoning and some garlic salt, and then this will go in the oven as well. Now for the star of the show, my spicy ramen. This is actually the black pack from the like spicy noodle challenge. I actually love these. I love them so much. I eat them. So ramen is pretty self-explanatory, but I guess you dump out just about all the water and just leave a couple tablespoons. I definitely don't measure that, and then I do use the entire pack and mix it all together. So once the chicken came out, I started to warm up the sauce on my pan, and then I will add the chicken. I'm just going to add the chicken to the sauce. The chicken was nice and crunchy. I really do love making it in the oven for this reason. And then I'm just going to toss everything together and make sure the sauce becomes nice and bubbly, and it'll be ready to serve. So this is how everything looked when it was done. My two favorite things ever. Not talking about the broccoli. Thank you so much for watching this week's What's for Dinner video. Make sure you come back next week for another one.